Happy Labor Day weekend and a very good evening from Joseph J. Boyd Memorial Field. This is Ocean County football brought to you by Jersey Mike's, and we kick off our high school football coverage here in the Shore Conference with a Week 0 matchup that has the Mustangs of Brick Memorial taking on the Golden Eagles of Central Regional. Alongside Ed Sarluk and Kevin Williams, I'm Matt Harmon. We are happy to be back with you at ShoreSportsNetwork.com with our video coverage here tonight as well. Should be a lot of fun. Kevin, always is when teams wait so long to get their season back up and going. These two teams electing to play here in what's called Week 0 gives us an early season treat.
Sure does. First time we've ever done a game before Labor Day, and here we are on the final day of August, and we've got a good one. These two teams actually shared the old Class A South title a year ago. Brick Memorial beat Central, but they both finished tied for the division and both finished 7-3. But they are no longer division rivals as part of the realignment. Brick Memorial finds themselves in the Colonial Division, while Central is in the American Division. But these coaches agreed to play Week 0. That's the only way you can play a Week 0 game. Both teams have to agree to it. And Central and Brick Memorial kick it off here on what is a spectacular evening for football compared to the week we had with the hot weather. This is beautiful.
I wouldn't have told you a couple of days ago I feel comfortable in a sweatshirt tonight, but that is the case. Comfortable roaming the sidelines is our man Ed Sarluka. And Coach, the scene for both of these teams, each really successful years a season ago, but a lot of new faces for both clubs.
Yeah, let's start with Brick Memorial. Brick Memorial, of course, lost their all-shore player in Tony Thorpe, a 1,500-yard rusher last year. Tremendous year, power runner inside the tackles. This year, Memorial will be a little bit more of the perimeter type team. You will get a heavy dose of their quarterback, Tyler Sindell. He's a good one in the long tradition of Brick Memorial quarterbacks. Meanwhile, on the other side, for the Golden Eagles of Central, Joe Fowler has been rooted out of the quarterback spot, but we'll see a heavy dose of him at the running back spot tonight. Talking to Justin Fermundo, the head coach of Central, he said he is a power downfield runner. He weighs about 230 pounds, 6'3". He's a handful for any team on the defensive side.
He's also a converted quarterback. Had
Exactly.
been a 2-year starter at the quarterback spot, but is moved around a bit this year. May also play some tight end as well. Tonight's game, of course, is powered by Jersey Mike's. Order Jersey Mike's for your game day party. Even if your team doesn't win, your mouth will. Jersey Mike's, be a sub above. And Toyota World of Lakewood, your Jersey Shore dealer, the exclusive auto sponsor of our game of the week. They are Toyota World of Lakewood on the border of Brick and Lakewood. Shop them 24/7 at LakewoodToyota.com. We are delighted to be back here to help kick off this season. Brick Memorial has already come out onto the turf field here at Joseph J. Boyd Memorial Field. Central on their way out, and this is a little bit of a debut. Brand new lights installed here. They just turned them on last night for the first time. The old lights had been here for about 20, 25 years. They had to put new lights in, so hopefully everything will go well with that tonight. So we are all set on what should be a good one, as both these teams, their students haven't even been to the classroom yet, but they'll kick it off here in just a couple of minutes.
Kevin, you mentioned these teams no longer divisional rivals as they were a year ago, part of a reconfiguration of the Shore Conference that we'll be able to talk about, and a new format even for the state playoff as well. We'll be able to touch on that, as I know you guys talked about it at length in our weekly high school football show, but we'll spend some time doing it as well. For this Central Regional team, last year 7-3, they lost in the first round of the state playoffs. 7-3 as well for Brick Memorial, also lost in the first round of the playoffs. They did knock off this Central Regional team a year ago, 21-7 in early October.
Ed talked about some of the changes, and both these teams really hit hard by graduation. Also, both teams hurt a little bit by transfers, but the biggest one, obviously, for Central is their tailback, Kayvon Chambers, who ran for 1,400 yards and 11 touchdowns a year ago, has transferred to St. John Vianney. The Golden Eagles thought they had a really good replacement in senior Isaiah Johnston, a transfer from Monroe. However, he has to do the 30-day sit-out. They were hoping to have him early, but he has to do the 30-day sit-out, which starts 30 days from tonight. So we will likely see Jamar Lively a lot in that tailback spot. So that's one of the things. But both teams hurt a lot by graduation and even a little bit by transfers.
As Kevin said, a picture-perfect night here in terms of temperature. It is in the mid-70s with a nice little breeze coming across the field. We will take a 2-minute timeout for the national anthem. When we return, we'll get the opening kickoff up and going for you with the coin toss as well. 2-minute pause for us. You're listening to Ocean County Football, presented by Jersey Mike's on 92.7 WOBM FM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
With the singing of the Star Spangled Banner by the gifted and talented Golden Eagle Choir.
We are back here from Central Regional High School, starting our high school football coverage here on 92.7 WOBM FM, ShoreSportsNetwork.com with Ed Sarluca and Kevin Williams. I'm Matt Harmon. We'll have the opening coin toss coming up for you in just a second.
Coin toss brought to you by Seaview Orthopedic and Medical Associates, your #1 choice for sports injuries and concussion management, with offices in Brick, Barnegat, Ocean Freehold, and Monroe. Visit SeaviewOrtho.com. We'll send it down to Ed with the referee, Anthony Pirelli.
Number 17, Cody Anderson. Number 52, Jaden Harris.
All right, guys, my name is Anthony Pirelli. I'm the referee tonight. Good luck to both teams on opening night. You're the visitors. You're going to be calling heads or tails. What would you call? And it's a head.
New Jersey
Central, which way do you want to kick the ball?
Central won the toss, guys, and have elected to receive, so they want to go up on offense right away.
Okay, the rest of our officiating crew tonight: Matt Champion is the umpire, Peter Barb the linesman, Robert Townshend is the line judge, the field judge is Joseph Maloney, Gerard Laterra is the side judge, and Michael Galbavy is up here in the press box operating the scoreboard clock.
Central Regional in their home maroon uniforms tonight, maroon pants, maroon jerseys, the gold helmets with the gold numerals on either side of the jersey, with Central going across the front part of the uniform. Brick Memorial in the green, gold, and white tonight. White jerseys, green numerals, gold helmets with the Mustang insignia on either side, the gold pants with the green and white stripes.
Head coaching matchup: Walt Curry in his 12th season for the Golden Mustangs with a record of 68-50 for Brick Memorial, and for Central Regional his 3rd season, Justin Famondo, 14-5, back-to-back 7-win seasons for Central Regional.
It will be Rob McCombs set to kick off and start off the 2018 season for both Brick Memorial and Central Regional and us here on the Shore Sports Network. Nick Sura, number 13, back deep, along with Darius Martirano. We are set, ready for action. Happy Labor Day weekend. Great way to get it up and going here from Boyd Memorial Field on the campus of Central Regional High School. Ball sitting right now, left side hash mark for Brick Memorial at the 40-yard line. They will kick it off left to right, and we are up and going in the 2018 high school football season. Martirano from inside his 10-yard line will stay near side hash mark, now cut back middle of the field. Couple of tackles that he will make miss and bounce his way out to about the 28-yard line.
Tackled by T.J. MacArthur. And we'll see Central Regional on offense, and I'm very interested to see how they line up in the backfield.
Joe Fowler, the tight end. Elijah Copes and Hunter Dasty, the two tackles. Robert Murphy and Nick Provenzano, the guards. Pete Ratchin is the center. Gavin Whalen, the junior, 5'9", 180 pounds, the starting quarterback tonight. Jamar Lively, Danny Tarras, expected to be in the backfield, and we've already seen a quick change. It will be Joe Fowler who will line up as the tailback. Receivers split one to either side. Martirano in motion. He will get it. Jet sweep off to the right side and drop down at the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of a yard. T.J. MacArthur making the stop. He's in at the inside linebacker spot with Kyle McBride. Up front, Logan Baxter and David Zuba are the two defensive ends. Jamison Whaley and Mike Spinola, the two tackles. The back five in a 4-2-5 alignment. Jeff Laverin, C.J. Laverin, Cousins occupy the corner spots. David Baez and John Billingsley, the two strong safeties, and Sal Lepore plays the middle of the field as the free safety. 40 seconds in to the opening quarter. It will be 2nd down and 10. I formation. Fowler staying in as the deep man. He will get it up the middle. Joe Fowler rumbling his way down. Tripped as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1. 6'1", 225 senior Kevin, a guy who played quarterback for the Central Regional team, listed as a tight end tonight, starting at tailback.
Yeah, I guess just a way of getting a good athlete in a position to be an impact player. Now, in the first play, he lined up in the backfield by himself. That time, more of the traditional I with Danny Tarras, who is a converted tight end, playing the fullback spot.
Justin Fomando, the head coach of the Golden Eagles, 7-2 his first year, 7-3 a season ago. First 3rd down opportunity here on what is 3rd and long. 10:25 and rolling in the opening quarter. Here's the give. It will be Fowler bouncing it to the outside and run out of bounds. A loss there of 3.5 yards. A host of Mustangs making the defensive play and a quick 3 and out for Central.
I'm going to call that one, Ed, a guy who's not an experienced running back, because there's no way he should have gone back like that and took a loss.
Yeah, it looked like he had some room inside, and that's what a new type of kid, a new type of running back will try to do, try to get to the outside. But I think right off the bat, I think Brick Memorial has a little bit more speed than the Golden Eagles off of that first series.
Danny Tarras is the punter. Back deep and waiting, David Baez lurking around his own 45-yard line. Low kick. It is handled at the 45-yard line. Good run coming forward. Bouncing off a couple of tackles, and that stop made. It was actually Jeff Laverin who made the punt return. Anthony Rivera with the stop. So for the first time tonight, we will see Brick Memorial on the offensive side. Chris Boyington, Kyle McBride, the two tackles. Jamison Whaley and Mike Spinola, the guards. Logan Baxter, the center. A lot of the guys up front go both ways for Brick Memorial. Tyler Sindell, the senior quarterback. He's got two wings, Jeff Laverin and David Baez. Job Billingsley starting tonight at the ace-back position. Jimmy Wrightington and Ryan McCombs, the two wide receivers. First down and 10 from the Central Regional 39. Sindell will keep it. Get to the 35-yard line for a gain of 4. Anthony Rivera with another tackle, part of a 3-4 alignment for Central Regional. Kaishan Collins-Andrews plays the nose. Troy Warren and Saquon Mosley, the two ends. Cody Harrison and Gunnar Nemeth, the outside linebackers. Rivera is joined by Jaden Harris. Darius Martirano and Marvin Goodwine, the two corners. Nick Sir and Chris Rizzo are the safeties.
According to Walt Curry, Matt will get a heavy dose of Tyler Sindell tonight.
Certainly makes sense as the senior quarterback. Inside give here, it will be Billingsley on the carry. He will work his way forward for a pickup of 3, stopped at the 32-yard line by Mosley.
Sindel obviously much more of a threat running than passing. That is typical for Brick Memorial. Last year ran for 618 yards and 7 touchdowns. And of course, they have to make up for the loss of 1,372 yards produced by Tony Thorpe a year ago. Also Blaine Netterman, who had a big year for Brick Memorial.
Split wide receiver set. Makai Irving into the game. He goes near sideline right. Inside carry, Billingsley. He's going to have a touchdown. Big hole up the middle, and a early score for the Stangs from 32 yards out.
32 yards, and I mean not touched, not even close to touched. What a great job by the interior of that Memorial offensive line, Baxter, Spinola, and Whaley, opening up a huge hole, and Billingsley's first carry of the season, 32 yards and a touchdown. That's a pretty good way to start things off.
Showed some pretty good speed there, too, as he broke into the secondary, untouched into the end zone. Nice series for Brick Memorial.
Here's Ryan McCombs on for the extra point. He'll work out of the hold of Billingsley. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and Brick Memorial off to a 7-0 start. We'll step out here and take a quick 30-second break. We return with more Ocean County football presented by Jersey Mike's on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Hey fans, tonight's game is being broadcast live on 92.7 WOBN and ShoreSportsNetwork.com with Matt Harmon, Kevin Williams, and Ed Sarluca calling the action. The video is also being streamed live on ShoreSportsNetwork.com, and you can watch it in its entirety immediately.
Our opening score of the night and season, powered by Bum Rogers Crab House in South Seaside Park, serving the shore's best seafood for over 40 years. Open daily for lunch and dinner. Visit BumRogersTavern.com.
32-yard touchdown run for senior Job Billingsley. Ryan McCombs will kick off for the second time in the quarter. High end-over-end job handled by Martirano at the 10-yard line. Crossfield at the 20. Makes a man miss 22. Goes far, hash mark 25. And he is wrapped up there where Central Regional will get their second offensive possession.
Matt, Martirano is as good as athlete they have on this Central team, and he is also one of the few guys who will play both ways. Central believes very much in two-platoon football, very different from Brick Memorial. It's got so many kids going both ways. The Golden Eagles hope to have only maybe 1 or 2 or at the most 3 players to see action during a game on both sides of the ball, but Martirano is certainly one of them.
Whalen in at the quarterback spot. The traditional eye look with Tarras and Fowler again. Still waiting the entry of the junior, Jamar Lively. Quick ball to the outside. Martirano makes the catch, fumbles the football. It is still on the turf. Finally picked up and grabbed by Martirano, who will gobble up his own fumble. C.J. Laverin came in from the cornerback spot, went low, created contact, ball coughed up, a loss of 5, 2nd and 15.
Well, C.J. Laverin had that fumble. It squirted out of his hand after the initial hit, as you called Matt Lowe, but it squirted back into the hand. By the way, Kevin, Martirano, pretty good basketball player during hoop season also.
Yes, he is. I was really impressed by Laverin's closing speed on that. Central offensively has got negative yardage so far in their second series here.
2nd and 15. Eye set again. Same play, other direction. Martirano makes the catch. Little bubble screen from his flanker position. This time it's Jeff Laverin to come up and make the tackle.
You know, Central up front only has 1 starter on the offensive line back from a year ago. That is Nick Provenzano, the right guard, who was the left guard. They would have had 2. Their other starter is Derek Esporin. He would have been a right tackle. He's been injured. They hope to get him back at some point, but a young, rather inexperienced offensive line really having trouble so far against this Mustangs front 4.
3 juniors, 2 seniors in the starting 5. Fowler will stay in at the running back spot. Central here with a 3 wide receiver package. 3rd down and 12. 7-0 Brick Memorial, just under 7 minutes to go. Pass to the outside. Martirano, the intended target. It falls incomplete, and back-to-back 3-and-outs for the Golden Eagles offensively.
And Brick Memorial figures to get great field position again off the punt, as Taras will go back probably somewhere around his 12, 13-yard line, and Jeff Laverin will be deep just on the Brick Memorial side of the 50.
You'll hear a couple of Laverins out there on the field tonight. We'll explain that in right after this punt. But, yeah, good field position the first series. Look to have good one here for the second series.
Taras, if he can get it into the wind, which he doesn't, low driving kick, fielded at the 49-yard line. Couple of moves by Laverin. Another good-size hole up the middle on the return. He grabbed it at the 49, took it all the way down to the Central Regional 36-yard line. A gain of 15 before Cody Anderson can make the tackle.
Well, we mentioned the Laverins are cousins. Jeff, a senior, CJ, a junior, and CJ had a brother here who played just a couple of years ago who was a pretty darn good player, and Eli Laverin. So Walt Curry has had his fill of Laverins, and I'm sure he's been very happy to have him here.
Eli, by the way, guys, is playing football at East Stroudsburg State up in the Poconos.
Good opportunity here for the Stangs to jump up by 2 scores. It is Sindel who will keep it. Off the right side, gets forward to the 31-yard line, gain there of 5. Anthony Rivera, the tackle from his middle linebacker spot.
Gain of 5 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
You know, you look at Central's defense from a year ago. Troy Warren is back as a starter, as is Jaden Harris and Cody Anderson, and that's it. The entire defensive backfield. Martirano played last year, but he didn't play defense at all. They're all new, so this is just really a very inexperienced squad on the field tonight.
2nd down and 5, just past the midpoint of our first quarter. Brick Memorial leading 7-0. Man in motion is Jeff Laverin. Inside carry will go for Billingsley. Down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. 1st down carry. Harris with the stop.
Another thing I've noticed early is the ball deception by Tyler Sindel. It's hard. I'm like 20 yards away on the sideline here. It's hard for me to follow who has the ball here. His fakes are very well done.
1st down and 10 for the Brick Memorial Mustangs. Their 2nd offensive possession. Their first resulting in a touchdown for Job Billingsley from 32 yards out. Wings either side. Baez on one, Laverin on the other.
Another new wrinkle, excuse me, Matt, is that they will call the plays from the sideline this year. Walt Curry will signal the plays in to Sindel. No more shuttle service.
Irving near side wide receiver. Let's see what Sindel does here on 1st and 10. It will be Billingsley on the counter play up the middle, down to the 20-yard line. Gain of about 4. Saquon Mosley with the stop.
4:40 in a fast-moving first quarter, dominated by Memorial.
Important series here for the defense of Central. Last thing you want to do in the opening quarter of the first game is go down 2 possessions, 2 scores right away. Same package for Brick Memorial. 2 receiver set, 1 either direction. Man in motion is CJ Laverin. He'll get the pitch off to the left side, inside the 10, inside the 5, ducks his way towards the end zone and scores from 20 yards out.
Well, very easy for Brick Memorial. 2 series, and that play, probably the first time they ran that tonight, and I mean, he just went around the end. He was not touched again, made 1 nice cut back inside. There was nobody there. And this has been an impressive start for the Stangs.
Ryan McCombs on for the extra point. Brick Memorial jumping up top early here. McCombs with the kick. That is up, and it is good. 14-0. We will keep it here in between the touchdown and the kickoff. 4:04 remaining in the opening quarter.
Big showdown, of course, tonight. The top two teams in the Shore Sports Network top 10 are meeting at St. John Vianney, and Red Bank Catholic is on the board first. The top-ranked Casey's lead at 7-0 over the number 2-ranked Lancers, who come into tonight, Matt, with that 38-game Shore Conference winning streak.
Would imagine there is a good amount of electricity going on at that game.
I tell you, I applaud both those programs from playing each other, knowing how good the other is. St. John Vianney took care of RBC last year on their way to a great season. They finished as the number 1 ranked team in our final top 10, but we kind of felt that RBC was loaded for bear this season, and they've got just a host of really good players. Of course, Joe Martucci, the longtime Matawan High School, later Kane University assistant coach, is making his St. John Vianney debut tonight, and that's a tough opener in a new location.
Martirano and Sura both back deep. McCombs with yet another kickoff. Same hash mark, left side. Angles it to his left, Central Regional's right. Martirano from the 13-yard line. At the 20, 25, pushing the pile forward, getting close to the 30-yard line, maybe a yard over. Central with their best starting field position of the night with 3:53 remaining in the opening quarter. The Golden Eagles trailing Breck Memorial 14-0.
2 possessions, negative yardage, no first downs. So certainly Central needs to try and get something going on the offensive end with this possession.
You know, you also have to be impressed with Memorial's kick game. You know, each of the 3 kickoffs have been inside the 10-yard line, and both extra points were boomed way through the uprights. Ryan McCombs.
I formation, Martirano in motion from right to left. This is Fowler trying to move things forward off the left side. 2.5, maybe 3 yards. Second down and about 7 coming up. Jeremy Campbell with the stop. Backup defensive lineman.
Yeah, Central just has to pick up a couple first downs on this series. They don't necessarily have to score here, but they definitely have to turn the field around and get a few first downs.
We have not seen yet the junior tailback who was listed as the starter in our pregame packet of information, Jamar Lively. He is standing behind the offensive coaches waiting for his number to be called. Instead, right now, it's Joe Fowler staying at the tailback spot. 2nd and 7 for Whalen. Inside give to the fullback. Quick hitter on a counter. Taras stacked up line of scrimmage, no gain. Inside of 3 minutes now to go in the opening quarter. It will be 3rd down and 7.
That was big Mr. Campbell again in on that one. 6'4", 280-pound junior. Memorial certainly winning the battle up front. They're getting good surge. They're getting into the backfield. And again, I don't think Fowler's really an instinctive runner at this point. He's the guy you want to move the pile, but there's not a lot of speed in that backfield right now for Central.
3rd down, let's call it 6. Shotgun look for Central, first time tonight. Whalen wants to throw, looking for his tight end Connor Shepard. That's incomplete. And for the 3rd consecutive series, another 3 and out for Central.
Intended for number 82, Connor Shepard.
Well, clearly a tough start here for Central. They'll punt it away at their own 35, and the very busy Jeff Laverin will go back to receive it, lining up at about his 35. Danny Taras' 3rd punt of the night.
I think they'd be smart to kick it away from Laverin. He's only a single man back deep there. Kick it to one side or the other and let the ball hit the turf.
Get it up in the air a little bit, too, because you have the wind.
Taras does this time get it up in the wind. Laverin going backwards, fumbles the football, and able to get it back. Central had a chance. Nick Sura was the first man down in coverage. He had it within his grasp, unable to pull it in, and Laverin jumped on the loose ball with 2:01 to go in the opening quarter, and another opportunity here for Breck Memorial to extend what is a 14-0 advantage.
Oh, that could have been the turnover that gave Central a little momentum, and it was right there.
Yeah, that's just what we talked about. Kick it to one side or the other. That time he made Laverne go right. Tough catching a punt up in the air with the wind blowing, and you got to be on the move. Luckily, he got it back, though.
First down and 10 for Brick Memorial. Ball at the Stang 34-yard line. Single back is Billingsley. He will get it up the middle, and Billingsley gets 9. It was Tony Thorpe in that spot for the last couple of years. Billingsley, good size at 5'10", 175 pounds. What I've seen so far, he's a little bit quicker maybe than Thorpe.
Without a doubt. I said that early, Matt, that the team speed is just so much more than Central Regional, and once they get into the second level, you know, he has the ability to take it to the house.
He'll get a quick break on this play. They'll bring in the sophomore T.J. MacArthur, almost the same size, 5'11", 175. 4-point stance for MacArthur. Wings either direction. Sindel this time will keep it. Look for the first down. Roll forward over the 45-yard line, just enough to move the sticks. Mosley and Harris combine on the stop.
You know, you talk about that speed of Billingsley. Of course, in that A-back spot, you're lined up in the 4-point stance. You're only a couple of yards from the quarterback, and the offensive line just needs to create a little seam because that guy is there so fast. You don't have to hold your block. You just got to give him a little hole, and boy, Billingsley has that quick burst.
Irving single receiver. Ryan McCombs lining up as a tight end to the right side of the formation. Pitch to the outside. Good catch made by Jeff Labyrinth. He'll keep it down the far sideline. Bounce his way down close to the 35-yard line. That initial pitch was almost taken away by Central. Labyrinth made a good catch and good move at the same time.
Well, when defensive coordinator Jared Pigeon shows the film, he'll tell Cody Anderson, young man, you had a chance to make a tackle in the backfield for a loss and you didn't. And once he avoided that tackle, it was clear sailing down the sidelines.
Yeah, that's something we haven't seen from him more, that perimeter speed, you know. Not a whole lot of it last year. Blaine Netterman, as you mentioned, Kevin, but there we got a couple kids that could run this year.
43 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Stangs in charge, 14-0. Here's Sindel. Fakes his way forward. Billingsley keeps it himself and gets a yard to bring up second down and long. Rivera and Harris on the stop. Brick Memorial trying to get back to the line quick here before the expiration of the first quarter. Second down and 9. Sindel under center, wings and receivers either direction. Baez will go in motion. Sindel option. There's the late pitch, goes to Baez, far sideline. Takes it inside the 25, gets to the 24-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down, and that should do it for us here in the first quarter. 5 seconds remaining as they put the ball down and the clock winds, and Brick Memorial will talk about it in between. Stang's off to a great start. They lead it 14-0. We take a quick timeout here, 60-second break. We return with more Ocean County football presented by Jersey Mike's on 92.7 WOBM FM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
And we get ready to start the second quarter. Tonight's game, of course, powered by Jersey Mike's and presented by Toyota World of Lakewood, your Jersey Shore dealer, the exclusive auto sponsor of our game of the week.
Back here, start of the second quarter. It's been all Brick Memorial so far. Stangs with it, 1st and 10 from the central 24-yard line. Sindel wants to throw for the first time tonight. Looking over the top, wanting Jeff Laverin. Defended nicely that time in the back for Central Regional. Chris Rizzo on the coverage. Make it 2nd and 10.
Well, certainly set up, Matt. They've had so much success running the ball. A little play action first pass of the season for Sindel, but good coverage that time. The Central D-backs did not get fooled. Give them credit on that one.
Billingsley with a touchdown already. He's back in. C.J. Laverin with the other touchdown. Baez and Jeff Laverin, the two wings this time. Receivers are split. 2nd and 10, just up and going. 4 seconds in to our second quarter. Central showing blitz. Inside carry goes to Billingsley. Nothing doing this time around. Interior pressure by Troy Warren, the defensive end. Does get about 2 yards on the initial surge. Make it 3rd down and 8.
Warren was one of the top defensive players for Central last year, had 60 tackles, including 4 sacks, and he picks up one right there. This is an unusual situation for Brick Memorial, a 3rd down and 9. If they've had a 3rd down, it's usually been very short.
Team that doesn't traditionally love to throw it. Let's see what they do here. Sindel under center. A lot of movement for Central Regional. That will make it a little bit easier as it goes from 3rd and 9 to, I believe, what will be an offside on the Golden Eagles, and now 3rd and 4.
And they're in 4-down territory, so that really, talk about shooting yourselves in the foot. That's a big penalty against Central. This defense wants to get off the field. I mean, unfortunately, it's a comfortable night tonight, but man, they have been on the field for a long time already.
Irving single receiver, top side of the formation, Brick Memorial's right. Man in motion is Jeff Laverin. Sindel calls his own number, and he will walk into the end zone for another touchdown for Brick Memorial. This one coming from about 18 yards out, and the route is on here in Bayville.
It is all Brick Memorial. Central defense looks like they're having a lot of trouble reading when Sindel does not hand off up the middle. They're fooled, and they got fooled big time that time. And Sindel around left end for a touchdown, his first of the season. Remember, he had 7 a year ago.
McCombs will kick the extra point. His 3rd of the night. Good snap, good hold. McCombs with plenty of leg to knock it through. We'll step out here, take a 30-second timeout. We will return with more second quarter action. 21-0, Brick Memorial back in a half a minute. Ocean County football here. Brought to you by Jersey Mike's on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Central Regional Varsity Cheerleaders. We'll start with our senior captains, Julia Fino, Emma Hermoki, and Marissa Stein. Our other senior, Taylor Blanco. Our juniors, Zoe Ornstein, Elena Calise, Malia Colombo, Mackenzie Cullen, Desiree Gilliard, Allison Meyer, Deanna Autominelli.
Toyota World of Lakewood is your Jersey Shore dealer. They are Toyota World of Lakewood on the border of Brick and Lakewood. Shop them 24/7 at LakewoodToyota.com. Delighted to have them along this year as a sponsor.
Jamar Lively will join Martorano back deep this time. McCombs with the kickoff. Fielding at the 17-yard line. Martorano upfield, spinning his way 30, making his way forward to the 32-yard line where Central will have it. And Ed, a Golden Eagle offense right now, which is trying to do anything to get some positive momentum.
Yeah, Chris James, the offensive coordinator, who once at one time played quarterback for Brick Memorial a few years back, then went on to the College of New Jersey and had an outstanding career there at quarterback. Yeah, he's got to try to go to anything that will work here. As I said, 1 first down at a time, get a couple of first downs, change the field position at least, and see if Central could get into the end zone here. Otherwise, we're looking at a blowout.
Jamar Lively checking in at the tailback spot for the first time tonight. He will get it, spin his way off the right side, and pick up the best yardage so far of the night for Central on first down. Got himself about 5, maybe 5.5. Bring up the second down and short for C.J. Laver and Dave Zuba on the tackle.
A little bit better speed out there, Kev, right?
Exactly. Quicker hitting the hole. Probably makes it a little easier for the linemen. They don't have to hold their block as long.
Michael Prasad, the sophomore wide receiver, splitting out to the left side. In motion is Martirano. It will be again Lively on the carry. This time dropped quickly, coming up to make the stop from his linebacker position. T.J. MacArthur, talented sophomore for this Mustang team. Brings up a third down here and 4. 9:50 remaining in the opening half. It is Brick Memorial 21 and Central Regional nothing.
We should mention, Matt, T.J. MacArthur, the son of Memorial coach Mike MacArthur. He's been on the staff for a few years now.
Just a sophomore.
Yes.
Third down now and 4. 3-step drop. Quick pass to the outside. Fowler caught it at the 45-yard line, and he will get Central Regional, Kevin, their first down of the night.
Of the season, right, Matt? Well, Fowler did a great job there because that was a low throw. Now, this is a young man, started the game at tailback, back to tight end where we were led to believe he would start all along, and he makes a nice grab there to pick up the inaugural first down and at least keep the chains moving and keep the defense off the field.
First down now and 10 from the Golden Eagle 45-yard line. 2 receivers set up top to the left. Fowler, tight end, back to the right. This is Lively trying to pick a spot. Good little burst of speed. Gets 7 down inside Brick Memorial territory. Dave Baez on the stop. 8-yard pickup.
Well, there you go. A little momentum. A 2nd and 2 makes things a lot easier for Chris James to call a play. Moves the ball into Brick Memorial territory for the first time tonight with 8.5 minutes left in the second quarter, and the Mustangs up 21-0.
Timeout has been taken on the field. We will take a 60-second timeout here as well. Back with more high school football, brought to you by Jersey Mike's 92.7 WOBM and SureSportsNetwork.com. 5.5. Bring up the second down and short for C.J. Laver and Dave Zuba on the tackle.
A little bit better speed out there, Kev, right?
Exactly. Quicker hitting the hole. Right. Probably makes it a little easier for the linemen. They don't have
Check, check. Hey, Scott, do you hear me?
Michael Prasad, the sophomore wide receiver, splitting out to the left side. In motion is Martirano.
Scott, you there?
Lively on the carry. This time dropped quickly, coming up to make the stop from his linebacker position. T.J. MacArthur, talented sophomore for this Mustang.
Okay, they hear us.
Brings up a third down.
All right, we're here. Let me know what to do.
9:50 remaining in the opening half. It is Brick Memorial 21. And
all right.
Central Regional nothing.
All right, we're standing by.
T.J. MacArthur, the son of Memorial coach Mike MacArthur, who's been on the staff for a few years now.
Just
Give
a
it up,
sophomore.
folks, for the Golden Eagle varsity cheerleaders.
Third down now and 4. 3-step drop. Quick pass to the outside. Fowler caught it at the 45-yard line, and he will get Central Regional, Kevin, their first down of the night.
Gavin Whalen's pass
Right,
is
Matt?
incomplete
Well,
just out
Fowler
of the
did
reach
a great job there
of
because
intended receiver
that
number
was
1,
a
Joe
low throw.
Fowler.
That's the young man started the game at
Third down and 2.
tailback, back to tight end where we were led to believe he would start all along, and he makes a nice grab there to pick up the inaugural first down and at least keep the chains moving and keep the defense off the field.
First down now and 10 from the Golden Eagle 45-yard line. 2 receivers set up top to the left. Fowler, tight end, back to the right. This is Lively trying to pick a spot. Good little burst of speed. Gets 7 down inside Brick Memorial territory. Gabe Baez on the stop. 8-yard pickup.
Well, there you go. A
Number
little
2,
momentum in
on the
second
carry.
and 2 makes things a lot easier.
He will be
Chris
just
James
short
to call a play.
of the first down. It'll be 4th and a half a yard.
Moves the ball into Brick Memorial territory for the first time tonight with 8.5 minutes left in the second quarter, and the Mustangs up 21-0.
Timeout has been taken on the field. We will take a 60-second timeout here as well. Back with more high school football brought to you by Jersey Mike's, 92.7 WOBM and SureSportsNetwork.com.
36-month lease with approved credit through TFS Camry 600567 or RAV4 6027 due at signing. $0 security deposit. Excludes tax, tag, title, door 19 fee. 10K miles per year. Ends 8/31/2018. It's Toyota's national clearance event at Gateway Toyota.
Carrying play by number 44, James Harris. He gained 3 yards on the play. Good enough for a Golden Eagle. First down.
TomsRiverGatewayToyota.com.
The sub above difference is grilled. Because if you're making a cheesesteak and you're not using a hot grill to make it, well, you're not making a cheesesteak. Give our grill a go. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. The sub above difference is daily, not shredded last night or baked yesterday afternoon.
That's number 2, Jamal
Good
White on the
ingredients,
carry.
prepped fresh every day. Because that's what daily means. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub
That's for a
above.
gain of 4 on the play. Second down and 6.
We are LakewoodToyota.com, your Jersey Shore dealer. We are LakewoodToyota.com, your destination for express maintenance with the right price, right quality, right now. We are LakewoodToyota.com, your #1 Tacoma dealer. With over 500 new, used, and certified vehicles, and service specialists for all your oil and filter changes, brake inspections, tire rotations, and more. We are Toyota World of Lakewood on Route 88. We are LakewoodToyota.com. Now back to Jersey Mike's Ocean County football.
On
Fumble in the
92.7
backfield, recovered
WOBM and
by quarterback Gavin Whalen.
SureSportsNetwork.com.
We welcome you back here. It is second quarter. 6:06 remaining and running. 21-0. The advantage right now for Brick Memorial with Kevin Williams and Sarah Luca. I'm Matt Harmon. 3rd down and 9 coming up for Central. Kevin, who's got so far their best drive of the night.
Converted a 4th down on a Danny Tarras run, trying to keep this drive going with 5:40 left in the first half. 3rd down and 9. That pass is going to be intercepted.
Yeah, picked off. Good offensive drive stalling. Job Billingsley making the pick, and it will be Brick Memorial who will get the football back.
Well, that's the junior quarterback, Gavin Whalen, and just never saw Billingsley through to the spot, and Billingsley read it all the way and intercepted it. Central's best drive comes to an end right there, and Brick Memorial will take over on their own 42-yard line. And the way their offense is going, plenty of time to punch in another one.
5:34 with the change of possession. Stangs with 3 touchdowns already. Here's Tyler Sindel back into the quarterback spot. Baez in motion. Sindel kept it and will pay the price with a loss of about 8. Nemeth coming up from the outside linebacker spot to make the tackle.
Well, Gunner came like a gunner on that play from his outside linebacker spot and wrapped up Sindel and brought him down for a big loss, and that's certainly the best defensive play Central has had tonight, and that'll put Brick Memorial into a 2nd down and about 16.
Sindel will set up under center. 5-man front for the Golden Eagles. Corners for Central, giving about an 8-yard cushion right from the start. Jeff Laverin rather in motion. Here's the give to Billingsley, who hops over a would-be tackler and gets back the 6 that were lost. Set up a 3rd down and 10. Rivera on the tackle.
Anthony Rivera has been very active from his inside linebacker spot. 3rd down and 10 here for Brick Memorial. This would be a passing situation for just about any team on the shore, but maybe not the Stangs.
McCombs and Irving, a slot receiver combination, part of the trips package, off to the left. Billingsley now a 3-point stance. He will get the carry. And Central, very opportunistic defensively. That series, it will set up Brick Memorial to punt the football away for the first time tonight.
Nice job by Jaden Harris and Saquon Mosley to combine on the stop. And here's something, like you said, we haven't seen yet, a Brick Memorial punt. I think there's a timeout.
We'll keep it here with 4 minutes remaining in the half. 21-0 the advantage for Brick Memorial. I guess if you're preaching right now, Ed, on the Central Regional sideline, where you are, it's got to be, Ed, just try and get just one positive play at a time.
Well, thanks for that, Ed. I always think of that line from, well, they don't call him the best color man.
No, best color man in the business. Right? 4th down and 9. Brick Memorial will have to punt it away. Mackay Irving listed as the punter, but it looks like Ryan McCombs will come in and handle those chores right now. Going back deep is Darius Martirano. Lurking around his own 20-yard line. Brick Memorial will have the wind with this kick. Good snap, mild pressure, short punt off the side of his foot. Takes a Brick Memorial bounce, as most things tonight have. Rolls down inside the 25-yard line. And at the 23, Central will get it with 3:47 remaining here in the opening half. 21-0 Mustangs lead.
Well, can Central get something going and get some points on the board before halftime?
Talk about the realignment of teams division-wise in the Colonial, which is where Brick Memorial sits. How about this? Rumson Fairhaven, Freehold Borough, Bricktown, St. John Vianney, Middletown North. That is no walk in the park for the Mustangs after tonight.
No, they've got a really tough schedule.
American Division might not be a whole lot of fun for Central Regional. We'll talk about their divisional foes in just a second. Here's Jamar Lively going inside out, lowers the shoulder, coming up to make the tackle. Sal Lepore from the free safety spot. Make it 2nd down and about 6 with 3.5 minutes remaining. The American, Freehold Township, Howell, Manalapan, Toms River North, Middletown South.
Honestly, this year, although that's the big school division, that's what we would call it. They are the bigger schools size-wise, and schools, by the way, as part of the realignment, they went back 3 years to look at your record over a 3-year period, because, again, first time ever, they searched for competitive balance as part of the schedule, and those schools all have had success over the 3-year period, but Howell's in a big rebuild where they had a terrific senior class a year ago, so certainly things should be a little bit different there. Middletown South lost to Coatesville, Pennsylvania 62-14 last night in their opener, but I mean that's a really good, not only out of conference, out of state team they played, so you don't know about that. Manalapan is always good, but they've been great. We don't know that they're great going into this year.
That Middletown South game, by the way, against Coatesville, I think that was their guarantee game this year. College football guarantee. First week, took Kevin a little while to kind of hop in.
Well, they gave him a little box lunch, box dinner, went for the right back on the bus.
On the way back. Here you go. Extra Chick-fil-A sauce after the loss. 2nd down now, let's call it 6 for Central Regional. I formation. Golden Eagles trailing 21-0 in the opener of the 2018 season. Lively on the carry. He is taken down quickly by Tyler Sindell, the quarterback, who's getting some defensive reps right now.
I really do believe the weather played to Brick Memorial's advantage tonight because they have so many guys going both ways, Matt. You touched on it earlier, where Central is largely two platoon, but well, I tell you what, not like tonight. These guys are probably happy to be on the field.
Third down and long 3. Central would love to not have to punt it back to Brick Memorial here, and at the very least, run out the half. Tight end wing to the right. Lively, the deep man out of the eye. Bobbled handoff, in trouble, comes to the near sideline, nothing doing. He's going to lose 3, go backwards. Host of Stangs, another tackle. C.J. Laverin, the first man there.
4th down and 6.
Great surge by Brick Memorial. Man, they read that play. They had 5 guys across the line of scrimmage before Lively could even try and turn the corner.
So now Central will have to not only punt it away, but punt it in to a pretty decent breeze here. The flags at half-mast as they are around the country. Here's a bobbled snap. Tarras has to try and run it down. He's only able to fall on it inside the 5-yard line. And Brick Memorial will have it 1st and goal, knocking on the door from the Central 5, trying to punch one more in before the half.
From bad to worse for the Golden Eagles, as you said, the bumbled snap by Tarras looked like he had a chance to pick it up, but he sort of almost overran it and was lucky just to fall on it. And here's Brick Memorial with 1:44 left at the Central 5-yard line, 1st and goal, and the way their offense has been rolling, just another great opportunity here to pad the lead.
TJ MacArthur in at the running back spot. Receiver to the right. Sindel under quarterback. Sindel will keep it off the right side. Hop down towards the goal line. Get down inside the 1. Where it will be second and goal. Now down to 90 seconds here in this first half. Not clearly how Justin Famundo, the Golden Eagle head coach, drew up this week 0 matchup between one of the better programs in the Shore the last several years, that being Brick Memorial. Inside give for MacArthur. No signal yet as he tried to push the pile. There it is, touchdown. Brick Memorial, who will get their 4th of the half. It comes with less than a minute to go.
Just got a scoring update. Red Bank Catholic is now up 13-0 on St. John Vianney. So the Casey's looking early very much like the #1 team in the Shore. Bob Batter's at that game for Shore Sports Network. So Memorial having trouble getting one of their guys on the field late here for the extra point. I think he's the center. That's the one guy you got to have on the field.
Brandon Holsart, number 68. Billingsley is the holder. Baxter is usually the long snapper. Might have an issue, but no issue here for Brick Memorial. We'll keep it here after the score with less than a minute to go. Now 28-0 Brick Memorial. That's got to be tough because he ran on. Logan Baxter's normally the long snapper. I'm sure if you're the backup long snapper, you're not anticipating a whole lot of action during the course of the night.
Absolutely not, but give him credit. Ran onto the field and did a good job on the snap, and it has been all Brick Memorial. Boy, Walt Curry could not ask for anything more than this to open the season. They're clicking on all cylinders, both offensively and defensively. I've been very impressed with the start for the Mustangs.
Our college football coverage also getting up and going on the Shore Sports Network. Monmouth out in Michigan taking on Eastern Michigan, who leads the Hawks late in the second quarter, 23-0.
Ypsilanti, Michigan, right? Is that the town?
Yep.
Yeah. Isn't that where Jimmy Garoppolo? Is Garoppolo at Eastern Michigan?
Not sure.
Yeah, I think he might have been. They've had some good players there. Hawks home opener next Saturday at 3 o'clock, right?
That is correct. That is correct. Against Hampton.
Matt Harmon, the play-by-play voice of Monmouth football.
Here is McCombs to kick off. We've said that a bunch so far tonight. End over end. Martirano from the 15-yard line. Goes crossfield to his left. Now spins back to his right. Gets to the near side. Numbers and gets run down around midfield. McCombs on the tackle. Central with their best starting field position of the night out to their own 49-yard line.
Well, that gave the home fans here a little something to cheer about. And I would think the Golden Eagles will take a shot here.
Ed Sarluca, can you hear us?
Apparently Ed cannot. Cannot hear us. Straight across, Brad, on the 30-yard line on the other side.
Added to the growing list of week 0 issues. Here's the give to Lively off the right side. Gets the midfield. Late flag coming out as well. It's the first penalty we've seen all night.
Speaking of 0, that's the yardage he got there.
First down with the penalty, with 40 seconds remaining. It will be first down after the penalty. We've got a face mask on Brick Memorial. It's a 5-yarder.
You know, we could say anything we want about Ed right now because he can't hear us.
I would agree with that, but we usually say whatever we want about Ed even when he can hear us.
That's true. Central's called a timeout here with 36 seconds left. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by our friends at Ocean Trophies, the official award supplier of the Shore Sports Network. Ocean Trophies, Route 9 in Lenoka Harbor. And, of course, coming up at the end of tonight's game, Matt, one of our favorite parts, the Ocean Trophies Player of the Game. And Brick Memorial's got some clear candidates for that one already.
It's been a good start for Walt Curry, who coming in his 12th year here as the head coach for the Stangs.
You know, I always wonder, Matt, like coaches are all pretty optimistic going into the season opener, especially. And I don't think, even though we've got good relationships with a lot of guys, I don't know if they would ever tell us, hey, I got news for you, we're going to get waxed this week. I spent a lot of time with Centrals. I did the football preview for them on ShoreSportsNetwork.com, and I thought Justin Fermando felt pretty good about this team, and he did rate this. This is a big game for us, new division to get off, but to get off to a good start. And I don't know that he expected this.
First down and 5, 35 seconds to go. Whalen wants to air it out, looking for Martirano. Almost intercepted there by C.J. Lavrin. Falls incomplete. There is a flag that's thrown on the far side. We were doing good with the flags, and now we've had 2 in consecutive plays.
I also like the coverage of these Brick Memorial defensive backs. I think they've done a good job. Now, of course, let's be honest. Mike Cintron, the defensive coordinator, is telling him nobody gets behind you. And I think Central, they're going to try and get it to Martirano. He's their playmaker, but really good coverage that time. He was covered like a blanket.
We mentioned these teams in different divisions this year. They are in the same state group.
You're going to wave the flag off, Matt. So that'll make it
second and 5.
Yep. I think you're right.
31 seconds remaining in the first half. The first half dominated by Brick Memorial, leading 28-0.
Is it his second down? Yeah, okay.
Slot receiver combination off to the left. Play action. Pressure coming. Whalen gets hit, fumbles the football, and it is picked up by Brick Memorial.
Well, that was
McCombs coming off the edge. on the recovery.
Boy, that is the blind side. We all talk about that in football, and I mean McCombs came off the edge, and nobody picked him up. And that's one of those, like, that's the lookout block, right? After you get beat, you scream look out, and Whalen got drilled just as he was ready to let the ball go, forces the fumble, and Brick Memorial recovers, and it's just all Mustangs, and the night of misery continues for Central Regional.
The wonder here what Brick Memorial does with 24 seconds remaining. If they try and tack on some more. Man in motion is Lavrin. He'll get the pitch. Jeff Lavrin off the right side.
That was played well.
That was strung out pretty well. It was Anthony Rivera again on the tackle.
Okay. He's done a nice job. He really read that play well.
Pitcher number 5, Jeff Lavin on the play. Stop at the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10.
That will take us to the end of the first half. So Brick Memorial content to go in with a 28-0 advantage. We will step out for a timeout. We'll make it a 3-minute break here. Brick Memorial 28, Central Regional nothing. You're listening to our Jersey Mike's Ocean County Game of the Week on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
We are LakewoodToyota.com, your Jersey Shore dealer. We are LakewoodToyota.com, your destination for express maintenance. Right price, right quality, right now. We are LakewoodToyota.com, your #1 Tacoma dealer.
This is fun, isn't it?
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you direct your attention to the 50-yard halftime dance of the 2018 varsity cheerleaders.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you need.
The sum above difference is daily, not shredded last night or baked yesterday afternoon. Good ingredients, prepped fresh every day. Because that's what daily means. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. The sub above difference is the silver lining. Order Jersey Mike's for your game day party. Rest assured that even if your team doesn't
just stay here and look at us and look for the cue.
victory is all yours. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Jeep Adventure Days means great deals at the Jeep store in Ocean Township. No money down leasing makes it easy to take on any adventure in an award-winning 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee, the all-new Wrangler Unlimited, or the versatile Jeep Compass. They have the model and color you're looking for, or choose from New Jersey's largest selection of pre-owned Jeeps. There's great deals at Jeep Adventure Days at the Jeep store, Route 35 in Ocean Township, or thejeepstore.com. Get ready for any adventure at the Jeep store, Route 35, Ocean Township.
The sum above difference is grill. Because if you're making a cheesesteak and you're not using a hot grill to make it, well, you're not making a cheesesteak. Give our grill a go. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. The sub above difference is daily.
Hey fans, let's give it up
Shredded last night.
for the 2018 Golden Eagle varsity cheerleaders.
Fresh every day. Because that's what daily means. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
We are LakewoodToyota.com, your Jersey Shore dealer. We are LakewoodToyota.com, your destination for express maintenance with the right price, right quality, right now. We are LakewoodToyota.com, your #1 Tacoma dealer. With over 500 new, used, and certified vehicles and service specialists for all your oil and filter changes, brake inspections, tire rotations, and more. We are Toyota World of Lakewood on Route 88. We are LakewoodToyota.com.
It's the Jersey Shore's best time of the year at Seabreeze Ford's local summer sales event. The crowds are gone, but the no money down.
You know, he's got a guy lined up for an interview. There's no reason why he can't do that.
2018 Ford Explorer.
Right? We could cue him very easily for that.
F-150 and the best-in-class Ford Escape SUV.
We got plenty of time.
Ford has over 100
Ed, can you hear us?
cars on hand.
Oh, he doesn't have the headset. Okay.
Locals rule at Seabreeze Ford, Route 35 in Wall Township, or SeabreezeFord.com. Seabreeze Ford's local summer sales event is underway.
Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football on the Shore Sports Network.
92.7 WOBM FM, Toms River.
A Town Square media station.
For complete high school football coverage, including scores, highlights, features, and more, visit ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football, 92.7 WOBM.
and powered by Toyota World of Lakewood, your Jersey Shore dealer. They are the exclusive auto sponsor of our game of the week. They are Toyota World of Lakewood on the border of Brick and Lakewood. Shop them 24/7 at lakewoodtoyota.com. We are at halftime here at Joseph J. Boyd Memorial Field. It has been all brick Memorial. The Mustangs with a 28-0 lead, a couple of Tyler Sindel touchdown runs. Also scoring runs for Job Billingsley and young Mr. MacArthur, T.J. MacArthur. It's been a brick Memorial night. Hopefully Ed is going to try and grab a special guest for halftime as the Central Regional band and flag team entertains the fans here.
Finally got you guys back on.
Yep, we had some technical issues.
That's okay. Brian Staub, the newly selected head coach of the Point Pleasant Borough Panthers, will join me as soon as he gets over the fence here.
Listen, I've seen Staub. He should have no trouble getting over the fence.
Yeah, he runs the offense. He runs like Tyler Sindel runs his offense this year.
He sure does, and Ed will chat with him in a minute, and we'll when we come back from that, we'll try and update you some scores around the shore.
What's that RBC score?
It was 13-0 last we heard, right? I believe 13-0 RBC.
Good ball game.
Yeah.
A couple of games that took place last night, Kevin, that we've mentioned and talked about. You had that Middletown South, Coatesville, Pennsylvania game,
62-14. And Modern Day Prep all over Pinelands, 41-8. No surprise there.
That Middletown South opened some eyes, that score. Yeah. Okay, guys.
By the way, Ed, just before you pick it up, I'll let you know RBC has scored again, so it's 20-0 Casey's, and you'll take it away with Brian Staub.
Okay, RBC in control of that one, 20-0. So I am with the newly crowned head coach of the Point Pleasant Borough Panthers. That would be Brian Staub. Brian, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm just excited here watching some good football.
How about, let's talk about this game first of all, and then we'll talk about the Point Pleasant Borough Panthers. How about this Tyler Sindel run offense? Does it bring back some memories?
Yeah, for sure. I love watching him. That's my cousin. He's reading it well, running the option well. Performance out to a good 28-0 lead right now, playing fundamentally sound football.
Did you say 28?
28.
28, yeah. He missed the touchdown. That's okay. Brian, tell us about the transition of an assistant coach to being the head coach. A little bit different.
A little bit different, but it was a smooth transition. Head coach Matt Soleno just made it awesome, smooth transition, really just kept it going. And we have a great staff, great parents, great kids, and we're just trying to keep this thing rolling right now.
First of all, were you surprised when Matt stepped down, last winter?
I wasn't. No one else really knew. Me and him have been meeting up, and each month, I started getting the feeling that it was going to happen. Each month he just kept setting me up more paperwork, more, how he did things and how he planned to do things. It gave me a ton of time to plan, and I was ready for it, but no one else really knew it was coming.
Now, you're a young guy. How old?
27.
27 years old. Was this always a thought in your mind to become a head coach in the Shore Conference?
It was. It was always a lifelong dream, probably since I was about 10 years old. I thought maybe around 30 would be it, so got a little bit before I thought, but I feel prepared, and you surround yourself with great coaches, great staff, great administration, and you can set yourself up to succeed.
Well, most of the people will let you know about those comments come December 1st, if you were well prepared, but from looking at you, Coach, on the assistant level, I think you're well prepared, and I've been around for 50 years, so take it from me. I think you're ready. I told you that when you were applying for the job. I gave you a pretty good recommendation, and I think they made the right decision in Point Pleasant Borough.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much. Especially coming from you. You've been around. You know exactly what you're talking about, and I'm just blessed for the opportunity, and we're just keep working hard.
Okay, so all they do for you is to realign the Shore Conference and make you play Manasquan in week 1, which is next week for you.
Absolutely. We're excited for the opportunity. It's a great program, great coaches, great team that they have. They're excited to play us, and we're excited to play them, and I think it's going to be a good time on this Friday night.
Tell us about some of your players this year. I know you moved some kids around. You lost your outstanding quarterback last year, of course, your outstanding running back. Tell us about a few of the changes you've made.
Absolutely. James Farrow was great for us last year, but we have a great quarterback coming in right now, senior Garrett Romer. He was a third-team All-Shore linebacker last year. Tough kid, great all-around football player, great leader. At fullback, we also have senior Trent Labolsi, moving from guard to fullback, as well as Bobby Cooper, senior, going to get some carries. And last year, where James and Tanner were more speed, this year, they're more tougher physical runners with Garrett and Trent and Bobby. So we're excited.
I know you saw Memorial last year, and it's sort of the opposite of what your team, was last year to this year. They're the opposite of what they were last year to this year. Last year, they were all power with Tony Thorpe, 1,500 yards. This year, they've got some perimeter speed. You're more of the inside tackle-to-tackle team.
Right now, yes, and with the triple, the flex bone, it can work either way. You can have speed at the quarterback and the slot backs, or you can go power. So we've seen it work both ways. I always talk. Me and Coach Carter always talk an option. Anyway, it's just great to pick his mind and see what he's doing over here.
James Farrow, what's he doing right now?
He was at Coastal Carolina. He's just got a preferred walk-on spot to Monmouth, and Monmouth was his #1 choice. So. Although he did like Coastal, he's very excited for the opportunity that Monmouth presents, so he will be playing.
Put your hands together.
Yes, he likes to stay close to the beach, and Coastal Carolina, Monmouth, both within walking distance just about to the beach.
That's it. He picked two great schools. Monmouth was his #1, so I'm just happy that he found the perfect school for him, and I'm excited to, hopefully follow his career when he gets out there.
Okay, conference-wise, tell the listeners what conference you're in and some of the big matchups that you'll have this year.
Sure, we're in the Liberty Division. Every single week is going to be a great challenge. The way they realign the division, it's going to be competitive. Definitely Manasquan, Rowden always puts out a great team. Monmouth Regional's coming off of Central Jersey Group 3 semifinal. Non-conference, Neptune and Colts Neck, bigger schools. And then we close out with Barnegat Ocean and Donovan Catholic, who is certainly on the rise.
I would think that the new alignment and the new matchups probably helps you as a head coach, right?
Yeah, we're excited. We're trying to take it 1-0 each week. Manasquan's our most important game because it's our next game. So we're solely focused on Manasquan. It's going to be a great challenge, and we cannot wait for next Friday at Alcina.
Well, when we were putting together our schedule, we said, hey, I know they lost a lot of players, but Point Pleasant Borough is one of the teams we have to get on our schedule, and I believe it's the Donovan Catholic game, right?
That's correct. At Donovan Catholic, week 8.
End of the year.
End of the year, week 8. It's going to be a great challenge. They're well coached. They have talent. They have one of the better quarterbacks in Ryan Clark. So it's going to be definitely a certain challenge for us. 2 former Warlord Mustangs going at each other, Dan Curcione and Brian Staub. That's it. So we'll talk a little bit about Brook Memorial football, during the pregame, I'm sure. But I'm looking forward to it.
Brian, thank you for joining me. Good luck this year. Nobody deserves it more than you do. Brian Staub, the new Point Pleasant Borough head coach. Guys, what a great kid. 27 years old. Football is his life right now. Unmarried guy right now. Got the world by the strings. Could devote 100% of his time to football, and he does that, believe me.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I'm very happy for him, and I applaud the administration at Point Pleasant Borough High School for basically keeping that staff together, realizing they've had a pretty good thing. Clearly, they graduated a ton of kids from a outstanding team a year ago, but I'm sure that they'll keep things going with the nucleus of that coaching staff back as well. We're at halftime here, 28-0. It's been all Brick Memorial, and want to especially thank the crew here. And we've got a large crew tonight. And we've had some obstacles here because, as Matt said, it's week 0, so expect 0.
So we're not even really supposed to be here.
We're not supposed to be here. This is really like a bonus, This is our preseason game. It just is not a preseason game for the teams, but I want to really, thank, of course, Brad Burascano, the man who makes it all happen for us. Tom Tremblay, our chief engineer, who was here early and they had to take care of some other logistical issues for the company. Greg Lerner, who's
that was so well said, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Some logistical issues.
Thank you.
All of the stations were out. Just a minor problem here or there.
Greg Lerner, who is a welcome addition. He's been doing some stuff for the Shore Sports Network since last year's girls basketball season. He's going to remain part of us, and we're delighted to have really one of the absolute best in the business. Vin Ebonu, of course, is part of the production crew tonight, manning the cameras. And Scott back at the radio station. Scott, we want to thank you. I know it's been a challenge. Challenge is a good word. But thanks for keeping things going. And what we'll do, Matt, is we'll take one more time out here, and when we come back, we should be ready to start the third quarter here. It's all Brick Memorial, 28-0, but there's a half of football left. You are listening to the Jersey Mike's Game of the Week, powered by Toyota World on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
The sub above difference is daily, not shredded last night or baked yesterday afternoon. Good ingredients, prepped fresh every day.
Scott, if you can hear us, 3-minute break, okay? 3-minute break.
Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. The sub above difference is the silver lining. Order Jersey Mike's for your game day party, and rest assured that even if your team doesn't win, your mouth does. Victory is all yours. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
We are LakewoodToyota.com, your Jersey Shore dealer. We are LakewoodToyota.com, your destination for express maintenance with the right price, right quality, right now. We are LakewoodToyota.com, your #1 Tacoma dealer. With over 500 new, used, and certified vehicles, and service specialists for all your oil and filter changes, brake inspections, tire rotations, and more. We are Toyota World of Lakewood on Route 88. We are LakewoodToyota.com.
Jeep Adventure Days means great deals at the Jeep store in Ocean Township. No money down leasing makes it easy to take on any adventure in an award-winning 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee, the all-new Wrangler Unlimited, or the versatile Jeep Compass. They have the model and color you're looking for, or choose from New Jersey's largest selection of pre-owned Jeeps. There's great deals at Jeep Adventure Days at the Jeep store, Route 35 in Ocean Township, or thejeepstore.com. Get ready for any adventure at the Jeep store, Route 35, Ocean Township.
The sub above difference is daily, not shredded last night or baked yesterday afternoon. Good ingredients, prepped fresh every day. Because that's what daily means. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. The sub above difference is the silver lining. Order Jersey Mike's for your game day party, and rest assured that even if your team doesn't win, your mouth does. Victory is all yours. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Jeep Adventure Days means great deals at the Jeep store in Ocean Township. No money down leasing makes it easy to take on any adventure in an award-winning 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee, the all-new Wrangler Unlimited, or the versatile Jeep Compass. They have the model and color you're looking for, or choose from New Jersey's largest selection of pre-owned Jeeps. There's great deals at Jeep Adventure Days at the Jeep store, Route 35 in Ocean Township, or thejeepstore.com. Get ready for any adventure at the Jeep store, Route 35, Ocean Township.
The sub above difference is daily, not shredded last night or baked yesterday afternoon. Good ingredients, prepped fresh every day. Because that's what daily means. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. The sub above difference is the silver lining. Order Jersey Mike's for your game day party, and rest assured that even if your team doesn't win, your mouth does. Victory is all yours. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Now back to Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football
On 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Week 0, and we are back up and going here on the Shore Sports Network, ShoreSportsNetwork.com. Tonight covering the video side, 92.7 WOBM FM covering the audio side of things with Kevin Williams and Ed Sarluca. I'm Matt Harmon. It is Brick Memorial and Central Regional getting our schedule up and going. It's so far been a night for the Mustangs, who lead 28-0. Kevin, why don't we pull out our schedule, talk about what we've got coming up here as we cover Ocean County football during the course of the 2018 season, with some Monmouth County teams splashed in there as well. We'll be doing a Friday night game from now until the end of the regular season, which is the end of October. Kind of throws into another little schedule wrinkle. The state playoffs this year will start a whole week earlier.
Yeah, everything's a lot earlier. As a matter of fact, if you think about it, the state sectional finals will be November 16th before Thanksgiving. That's part of the new schedule. But next week we head south to Manahawkin. Southern Regional will host Jackson Memorial. Now those were longtime rivals, of course, in the old Class A South.
Used to be a Thanksgiving Day game.
Yes, it was for a while. That's right. Southern and Central were Thanksgiving Day rivals when I was in school for many, many years. And then, of course, Central hooked up with Lacey when Lacey opened. Southern played Pinelands a couple times, and things have sort of moved around. But next Friday night, we're at Southern Regional for the Rams game with Jackson Memorial. Following that, we're at Jackson Memorial for their game with the Crimson Knights of Wall. On Friday, September 21st, it's the first of the Toms River Showdowns. Toms River East visits Toms River South. Then we're back at Central here at the end of the close out the month of September as the Golden Eagles host Middletown South. They are now division rivals in the new setup. First Friday in October, and a lot of people have pointed to this one. This could be something special. Rumson, Fairhaven, and Brick, who are now division rivals. Then we've got Toms River South at Toms River North, of course, part of the Great American Rivalry Series. Friday, October 19th, Toms River North at Toms River East as we finish up the Toms River rivalries. And then the last week of the regular season is October 26th, and Point Borough at Donovan Catholic, which could be a very interesting game. And, of course, our schedule is always subject to change. And then we'll pick up the playoffs. And, of course, no matter what happens, you know, you and Ed will spend Thanksgiving Day together, regardless of where we do it, even if we just do it over 2 tin cans. You and Ed will be. I
feel like we've done that before.
This
when
year
it's been a
you'll be at.
Manasquan game.
I think you're at Manasquan this year.
That
right?
is correct.
You are at Manasquan,
Yep.
Wall of Manasquan on Thanksgiving Day. So, you know, always tell people check out ShoreSportsNetwork.com because things do change, and of course we're thrilled to be broadcasting this year on our Friday nights on 92.7 WOBM, which is really what was in the beginning WOBM, and this is the 50th anniversary. It was March 1st, and the radio station really built very likely on high school football. For years they did Toms River South football and then Brick football, and actually, Matt, you know, this is the 24th consecutive year that I have broadcast a game of the week, most of them with you and Ed. I think you're like 20, 21 years, maybe even 22.
Took over for our main man, Doug
Doyle. I think Doug only did the first couple, maybe two or 3 years, and you were a young kid. You were just out of Monmouth, I think, when you started with us.
I was just out of Monmouth.
And Ed.
Should have stayed.
Ed was not young then, but Ed's been roaming the sidelines for us for more than 20 years and adding his unique perspective to it. And delighted that this year, our radio presence on 92.7 WOBM, and of course the whole new edition of our digital presence, which you can watch on ShoreSportsNetwork.com. And the nice thing is, this game is over tonight. Those who want to, the Brick Memorial fans who are here, they can go home and they can watch it because it's on ShoreSportsNetwork.com 24/7.
Everything will be archived. Ed, I know you wanted to hop in there. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say one of the new additional things that we may see this year in some of our games is the instant replay games. Now, this was supposed to be an instant replay game, but the referees never got the official word, so they had to nix it. Basically, what it is that through the use of Huddle, which is the video system that most of the high schools use, they will have the game taped. They will have iPads on the sideline. If there's a turnover or a touchdown, only turnover, touchdown, one per half, they will have one challenge with the officials. The officials will go over to the sideline, look at the video, and if they determine to make the change, they'll turn it over and make the change. If you win the challenge, by the way, you must call a timeout to do that. If you win the challenge, you will get that challenge back. So in essence, you could get 3 challenges. In the last 3 minutes, you automatically get another challenge in the last 3 minutes of the regulation time. So that's something to look forward to. The instant replay has hit the high school.
Can we get a camera on this over here?
On.
Ed, I want to tell you what you're missing.
Ed,
tell me,
keep talking.
Where else, anywhere in the Shore, does the superintendent of schools come up before halftime and say, hey, I want to get you something to eat. What would you like? And I say, hey, we'll leave it up to you. He comes back with 2 boxes, Golden Eagle burgers, and the hot dogs are Schick House hot dogs with nice French fries. We have a feast here. By the way, we're sharing this with our video audience, Ed. And I'd like to tell you, but I'm counting everything. I don't think there's anything for you.
Nothing left, yeah?
No.
Okay. I'm trying to lose
Story of your life, Ed.
I heard we're on video. I'm trying to lose a few pounds.
Well, we want to thank Superintendent Parla Panides, who's an A1 guy and has, by the way, is the reason all these improvements have been made at Central. He has spearheaded this along with the Board of Education. You know, the new turf field here, the new bleachers, new lights this year. He's done a phenomenal job, that Board of Ed. We can't thank him enough for hosting us, which is why we're coming back here for a second time.
And now I know not to eat before I come next game.
Wow.
Ed, you okay?
Yeah, that's okay. Save me a couple crumbs.
Yeah, well, we'll do what we can.
All right, let's get set and ready for action here in the second half. Central will kick off, and it will go to Brick Memorial. Blocker set to get it up and going. Angles it to the far sideline. Grab there by Jeff Laverin, who will bring it across the field. Big hole. Check it. It's David Baez, who might take it the distance. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown.
Wow.
No laundry on the field. Score the touchdown. Baez. What, about 90, Matt?
He did go about 90, Ed. Originally looked like the number of Jeff Laverin, but as Baez broke it and went the distance, that puts us within the realm of what they will call the running clock / mercy rule. If Brick Memorial can hit this extra point, it would be 35, and we'd be looking at a running clock as long as the score stays within that spread.
Well, they've scored in a variety of fashions tonight. Quarterback runs, running back runs, and now a kickoff return.
That's another kid with outstanding speed for this Mustang team.
Billingsley will have to roll, throw to the end zone, and it's deflected down.
That will negate.
Sometimes you can't make it up. So the score holds 34-0. We'll keep it here after that first score.
Snap wasn't really that bad. It was a little tad high, but looked like he could have got it down.
Yeah.
I think Billingsley wants to play a little bit more.
Well, this has really been an impressive night. You know, in fairness, I touched on all these new players for Central. Brick Memorial lost a ton of seniors to graduation last year. You know, we mentioned the Tony Thorpes, the Blaine Nettermans, Grant McKelvey. I mean, all big-time players. And
well, that's what a program is all about.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ed.
Walt Curry, 12 years under the helm. He's got the system working, you know, and no matter what happens, no matter how many wins, that system stays intact. And these kids learn it on the lower levels and come up and play it good. And when you've got your quarterback returning and he's a good one, you know, that helps 100%. But, you know,
I was going to say I agree with you, Ed. I think that's the difference is the returning quarterback. And in his offense, you need someone who can run that. And this young man has been very impressive.
Yeah. You know, we'll go over their scrimmage schedule. You know, they played tough schools in the scrimmage preseason, which I think has helped them tonight.
McCombs kicking off. Martirano fields at his own 15-yard line. Hit quickly as he crosses the plane to the 25, gets out to about the 28-yard line, and we will get the first look at the Central offense here in the third quarter. We are just up and going. Quarter number 3, 11:40 remaining, 34-0 in favor of Brick Memorial.
See if they make any changes. Yes, they do. Joe Fowler will now be the quarterback, guys.
Wow.
So Whalen played himself to the sidelines there, played a half. Not his fault, this big lead. But Fowler, who, as you mentioned, Kevin, 2 years as the starter, sophomore, junior year, returns in the second half.
Fowler playing his third position of the night, started at tailback, went to tight end, now at quarterback. Fumbles the first snap that he gets and cannot get back to the line of scrimmage. Taken down 27-yard line, loss of 1. to bring up 2nd and 11. Mike Spadola on the tackle.
You know, a few weeks, I was just going to mention Memorial scrimmage schedule. They went up and had a quad scrimmage with Ocean Township, Raritan, and Jackson Liberty. They dominated that scrimmage, scoring about 10 times, mostly on the outside. Didn't use Sindel too much in that scrimmage. Then they played Piscataway, a state power, and Williamstown, another state power. I'll tell you how they did in those scrimmages.
Here's Jamar Lively getting it. Whalen came back in at the quarterback spot. Fowler went to the tight end position. Gain of 2 to the 30-yard line. Brings up a 3rd down and 9.
Go ahead, Ed.
You know, as I mentioned, Piscataway always tough up in Central Jersey, up by Rutgers there in the finals many times. And Williamstown, a big South Jersey power in Group 5. Those schools only helped Memorial. They didn't win those scrimmages. In fact, they got beat pretty handily. However, they came out of it injury-free. They got a lot of experience, and they came ready to play tonight, and that's obvious, 34-0 right now.
Yep.
Whalen to quarterback. Fowler, tight end right. 3 receiver set to the left. Central desperately trying to keep their offense on. Whalen going to roll to his left. Under pressure, comes back against the grain and gets tackled right at the line of scrimmage. So a 3 and out here for Central to start the 3rd.
Logan Baxter and David Zuba combined on the sack and the loss there. I think the Golden Eagles, Matt, just trying to find something that may work, mixing things up a little bit, but offensively, they have just gotten nowhere tonight.
Number 44, Danny Tyrus, back to punt for the Golden Eagles.
Taras, quick punt with pressure coming. This is Jeff Laverin to field it at midfield. He's got a big hole off the right side. 1 player to beat. Makes a move 15, gets down inside the 20. Works his way down close to the 15-yard line. The special teams doing the job here to start for Brick Memorial.
Well, I'm going to sort of go back to what Ed said earlier. You just got to punt the ball away from these guys because he's getting the ball. Looks like he has a full head of steam. There's nobody for the first 10 yards, and with his quickness, there is a player down on the Brick Memorial sideline.
It's Laverin.
It is Laverin, okay.
It was a pretty rough start, Kevin, to the beginning of this game for Central, and the start of the second half has not gotten much better. Look at the upcoming schedule for both of these teams. Next week, Central Regional will be at Howell, back home here for Freehold Township, at Toms River North, back home from Middletown South the month of September. For Brick Memorial, the Intertown Showdown, Stangs will be at home for Brick Township next week at Freehold Borough. Home for Rumson at St. John Vianney. That's the September slate for the Mustangs.
Well, the good news is Laverin is up and off to the sidelines.
Zuba, Kevin, I know a familiar name to both Matt and yourself. His older brother, one of the offensive linemen for Monmouth University this year, expected to see some playing time. I believe he's a redshirted freshman or a sophomore. I'm not sure exactly of that, but he's big and strong.
Sindel under quarterback. He will keep it. Option to the left. He will run his way down inside the 5, dive forward to about the 3-yard line.
It'll be 1st and goal, Mustangs.
And the Mustangs yet again knocking on the door.
You know, you can't, it's so early, you don't know whether is this Brick Memorial that good or is Central, at least tonight, you know, has taken that big of a step back from the last couple of years. You'll need weeks to determine that, but it's been very impressive for Memorial.
Yeah, the Colonial Conference, very, very tough. The likes of St. John Vianney, Middletown North, Brick. And right away, they'll get tested next week.
Sindel under center. He will give it to Billingsley into the end zone for the second time tonight. Makes it 40-0.
I think the only thing the Mustangs have done wrong tonight, guys, is about 5 or 6 players have lost their helmets and have had to sit out a play. Other than that, just firing on all on all phases of the game, special teams, offense, and defense.
Yeah, it has been a very impressive performance, especially considering how early in the season it is.
And, with about 7 brick green shirts up in the stands watching this one, they've got a lot to tell their kids. You better not take the Mustangs lightly.
Here's McCombs for the extra point. Missed the last one, hits this one with ease. 41-0, 8:34 remaining in the third quarter. We step out for a 60-second timeout. Back with more Ocean County football presented by Jersey Mike's on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
We are LakewoodToyota.com, your Jersey Shore dealer. We are LakewoodToyota.com, your destination for express maintenance with the right price, right quality, right now. We are LakewoodToyota.com, your #1 Tacoma dealer. With over 500 new, used, and certified vehicles, and service specialists for all your oil and filter changes, brake inspections, tire rotations, and more. We are Toyota World of Lakewood on Route 88. We are LakewoodToyota.com.
The sum above difference is daily, not shredded last night or baked yesterday afternoon. Good ingredients, prepped fresh every day. Because that's what daily means. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. The sub above difference is the silver lining. Order Jersey Mike's for your game day party. And rest assured that even if your team doesn't win, your mouth does. Victory is all yours. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
For complete high school football coverage, including scores, highlights, features, and more, visit ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football, 92.7 WOBM.
Ensuing kickoff run down by Jamar Lively inside his own 5-yard line, went all the way across the field from right to left, takes it out over the 15, gets to the 17-yard line where it will be 1st and 10. Hope you're enjoying our opening week coverage of high school football here in Ocean County. The clock will run here as the mercy rule is in effect. It is 41-0 in favor of Brick Memorial.
And, of course, that rule goes into effect with a 35-point lead in the second half, right? So Central would need to score at some point. Otherwise, this clock's going to run. I happen to think it's one of the better rules put in recent years.
Whalen under center. Straight eye formation. Give here is to Jamar Lively off the left side. Works his way forward for a pickup of only a yard.
I mentioned Central had 2 starters back on the offensive line, but Derek Esperin has been injured since the preseason. I believe they've also lost their other returning starter, Nick Provenzano, to injury in the first half, so he's out. So you're talking about 5 guys up front, and I'll tell you, they're not getting much of a push against this Brick Memorial unit, which has really played very well, even with some of the backups getting ready to come in.
Whalen, play action. Rolling to his right. Stops, throws. The intended target was Prasad. Incomplete.
Intended for number 18, Michael Prasad.
I think from a coaching perspective, it's very important in this situation to just, try and encourage your guys to show a little progress. Get a couple of first downs, move the ball. Maybe we get a touchdown. You're not going to win the game. That's over. But, you want to keep things from really getting ugly, and you want these guys to have a little confidence after tonight, to feel like there's something to build on. Touched on the top that I mentioned, that Isaiah Johnston, who they thought would be their real key offensive player, a transfer from Monroe, has to sit 30 days. He played in the preseason. They hope to have him tonight. They don't. That's got to be a little bit of a blow.
3rd down and 8. Less than 6 to go. Whalen will give it to Lively, trying to stretch things out on the right side. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, 20-yard line. Nothing more than that. And Central will have to do what they've done most of the night, and that's pump the football away.
Ed, what impresses me, and again, you got to consider who they're playing, at least right now, is the pursuit of Brick Memorial on
Yes,
defense. They have
exactly.
just, I mean, Central runs a sweep, and that back doesn't even get a chance to turn the corner.
No, they have 6 or 7 helmets on the football just about every play. That's good call on that, Kevin. Also, the mistake-free Mustangs.
Yeah.
You know, with snaps, running the option, having a guy in motion all the time. Sometimes it's difficult at the punt, as the punt rolls to a stop.
Yeah, they've been very crisp. They fumbled the one punt, but they recovered it.
Right.
There's been no, communication situations where the quarterback bumps
Motion,
into the running
right.
back or motion.
Right.
I think they've really played well. I mean, for a first game of the season, you have to be really happy if you're a Brick Memorial fan, as they'll start this drive smack on the midfield stripe with 4:30 left in the third quarter. It is Brick Memorial 41, Central nothing, and the clock is rolling.
Mustangs leading 41-0.
We can start thinking about candidates for our Ocean Trophies Player of the Game.
3-point stance for Billingsley. Laverin in motion. Sindel running the option right side. Sindel, nice little up and under move. 25-yard line, 20. Cuts back middle of the field, 15. Keeps his legs moving, 10. Nobody from Central going to catch him. Touchdown, Brick Memorial. 50-yard touchdown run for Tyler Sindel.
That's his third of the night, I believe.
Wow.
Right, Matt? That was a highlight one.
That was an impressive touchdown. He started right on the option, faked the pitch, kept it, turned it upfield, ended up scoring on the left side, hitting the left side flag. So unbelievable run. Probably ran it about 100 yards, covered 50 on the touchdown.
I don't know who the backup quarterback is for Brick Memorial, but he should start loosening up.
Well, the one injury they had during the preseason was the backup quarterback, and that was Anthony Albanese, who is dressed tonight but not cleared to play. He will be cleared on Monday by the doctor. So, and there's the first mistake by McCombs, a missed extra point.
Second missed PAT of the night for Brick Memorial. Score holds 47-0. 3:51 to go in the third. We step out here for 60 seconds. Back with more Ocean County football presented by Jersey Mike's on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Jeep Adventure Days means great deals at the Jeep store in Ocean Township. No money down leasing makes it easy to take on any adventure in an award-winning 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee, the all-new Wrangler Unlimited, or the versatile Jeep Compass. They have the model and color you're looking for. Or to choose from New Jersey's largest selection of pre-owned Jeeps. There's great deals at Jeep Adventure Days at the Jeep store, Route 35 in Ocean Township, or thejeepstore.com. Get ready for any adventure at the Jeep store, Route 35 in Ocean Township.
The sub above difference is grilled. Because if you're making a cheesesteak and you're not using a hot grill to make it, well, you're not making a cheesesteak. Give out your go. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. The sub above difference is daily. Not shredded last night or baked yesterday afternoon. Good ingredients, prepped fresh every day. Because that's what daily means. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Now back to Jersey Mike's Ocean County football.
On 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
And powered by Toyota World of Lakewood, your Jersey Shore dealer.
Ensuing kickoff, it will go to Martirano. He has been busy handling those shorts tonight for Central Regional. Dragged down around the 27-yard line. Again, we are in the midst of a running clock with 3.5 minutes to play, and the issue not necessarily at hand anymore. It is 47-0 in favor of Brick Memorial.
Yeah, it's been all Brick Memorial tonight, and as you said, Matt, this game should move right now. They'll only stop it on timeouts, injuries, scores. Central will just try again here to try maintain some kind of offensive drive. They had a couple of first downs and one in the second quarter, and that's been it tonight.
This is Lively on the carry.
It's a nice little run there.
Yep, hops forward over the 35, gets close to the 36-yard line. It's funny, I've been getting messages a couple of times. There's a player down right now for Central. I'm sure, Kevin, you get the same from time to time. Ed, other guys, Bob Batters, Scott Stump when he used to do it. This year, Greg Lerner. When you pick against the team, I've already gotten a message from a friend of mine that has a relationship with Red Bank Catholic saying, I guess you picked the wrong team tonight. I tried to explain if there's a week that I pay no attention going into it, this is it. I think I picked the home team for every single game.
By the way, Red Bank Catholic is now up 27-0 on St. John Vianney, and it looks like the Lancers' 38-game Shore Conference winning streak is going to come to an end. Big night for Steve Lubisher, the RBC quarterback. Scored a couple touchdowns. I think he threw one.
This is one of the times that in this running clock situation, the clock stops for an injury.
So we mentioned there are a couple of games tonight and no games tomorrow. That will be it for the weekend, this week 0. 2 games on Thursday, 4 games on Friday. So that's really it. And then we really get into it full swing next weekend when everyone takes to the field. I'm going to say I agree with Matt on one thing, that this should be week 1. The week 0 nonsense to me is just stupid.
Calling it week 0.
Calling it week 0. It should be week 1. That's it.
It's the first week of the season.
It is. It's the first week teams are eligible to play, and more so than in recent years, teams now taking advantage of that.
Let me ask you this, guys. Who has the advantage next week in the Brick Memorial Brick game? Does the team who's played a real game, as Brick Memorial has, and fired on all cylinders, or Brick coming into their season with the first game?
Well,
and the game is at Brick Memorial.
There's a lot of ways to look at it. Of course, Brick has gotten a chance to see Brick Memorial.
Yeah, by the way, they have left now.
So yeah, they saw what they needed to see, and they'll, of course, have plenty of film. So they've seen them. Whereas Brick Memorial has not seen Brick, if you're going to, unless you're going to count scrimmages, of course. They're going to come out of this, at least at this point, looks like healthy. Ed, I don't think they lost any key players to injury.
No, a couple minor things, but they've all walked off the field.
Yep.
By the way, for our listeners who are thinking about going to maybe that Brick Memorial Brick game, the game was originally scheduled to be played at 1 o'clock. Then it was moved to 12. Now it is a 11 o'clock start next week at Brick Memorial, 11 a.m. So if you get there at 12, you're going to miss the first half. So 11 o'clock, that game in the past years was played Friday night. Then it was moved to Saturday because of trouble at the game. A couple of, jabronis fighting at the games, usually not even students at the schools.
Danny Tarras, the player that is injured, being helped off, doesn't look great right now.
He's limping pretty good. He was down for a couple of minutes and then helped off the field. He's the very impressive sophomore fullback converted tight end.
Inside carry here goes to Lively again, looking for a first down. I think he's going to have enough. Scoring update for you. Compliments of our man Greg Lerner right behind us, monitoring Twitter. It is Lacey on top of Ocean by a score of 7-6.
Well, that game's got to be in the third quarter like this one. That's a little surprising.
Yeah.
I had heard some good things about Ocean, and Lacey's another team lost a ton of kids to graduation. I think they had like 6 who played in the All Shore Classic this summer.
I formation yet again. We are down to 1:45 remaining in the third quarter. All Brick Memorial 47-0. Lively again getting the carry. He'll lose 2. Back to the 36-yard line.
So I don't know that I ever answered Ed's question because I don't honestly know what the answer is. There used to be that line they used to use about college football. The greatest improvement a team will make is between week 1 and week 2. I don't know if that applies here. I really don't know. I guess you'd have to wait until next Saturday afternoon.
I'm more fascinated that we've gone all these many years, and I think the word jabroni was used for the first time ever.
First time ever, Matt, and I can tell you it's never been used. I'm the historian here. as the longest tenured member. Never been used before.
I'll throw another one at you for that game next week, right after this play, Matt.
Second down
Can't wait.
and 12. Three-step drop for Whalen. Throwing it up for grabs down the far sideline. Almost taken away by Sal Lepore. It falls incomplete. Make it 3rd and long.
Brick's last scrimmage, which was supposed to be this past week in the 100-degree heat with Toms River North, their game scrimmage, because of the heat, was canceled. So Brick didn't even have a chance to tune up in their final scrimmage of the year.
Interesting. By the way, was this the first year, Ed, they used that new heat thing? What is it
Heat
called?
index.
The heat
Yes.
index. Usually the athletic trainer, right?
Yes,
is the
that's
one
correct.
who
has the instrument.
I want to talk about that because I thought it was a little interesting what I heard this week.
Central, I don't think, is going to be able to get this final playoff of the 3rd quarter. The clock is at 0, and the referee now finally monitoring that. That brings us through 3, 47-0 in favor of Brick Memorial. We will step out here, take a 60-second timeout, come back with more Ocean County football presented by Jersey Mike's on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
We are LakewoodToyota.com, your Jersey Shore dealer. We are LakewoodToyota.com, your destination for express maintenance with the right price, right quality, right now.
Kev, can we...
LakewoodToyota.com, your #1 Tacoma dealer. With over 500 new, used, and certified vehicles, and service specialists for all your oil and filter changes, brake inspections, tire rotations, and more. We are Toyota World of Lakewood on Route 88. We are LakewoodToyota.com.
It's the Jersey Shore's best time of the year at Seabreeze Ford's local summer sales event. The crowds are gone, but the no money down deals are still here on Ford's hottest models, like the stylish 2018 Ford Explorer, America's best full-size pickup, the Ford F-150, and the best-in-class Ford Escape SUV. Plus, Seabreeze Ford has over 100 certified pre-owned cars on hand for the Shore's best selection. Locals rule at Seabreeze Ford, Route 35 in Wall Township, or SeabreezeFord.com. Seabreeze Ford's local summer sales event is underway.
For complete high school football coverage, including scores, highlights, features, and more, visit ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football, 92.7 WOBM.
Matt Harmon, Ed Sarluca, Kevin Williams calling tonight's season opener here on the Shore Sports Network. Central Regional trailing 47-0 on their home field. They will start with the football 3rd down and long to begin the 4th quarter, and they will start going the wrong direction. A sack on the play for the Mustangs will make it 4th and long, and Central will have to punt the football away.
By the way, I'm going to give a lot of kudos here to Jerry Frulio, the public address announcer, who's also in charge of the music, because Car Wash just played between the 3rd and 4th quarter, and that's a great song. Nice job, Jerry.
Kev.
Yeah.
I'm going to bail you out a little bit here.
Okay.
Right after this punt, I'm going to talk to Sue Penrod, the trainer, who will fully explain the heat index.
That's a good get. Thanks, Ed.
4th down and 14 with the clock moving. Backup punter on right now for Central with the injury to Taris, running for his life off on the near sideline is Austin McClemmy. He was also the backup fullback, comes down as the backup punter as well.
Botched punt snap, 2nd time tonight, and Brick Memorial on that will take over. Go ahead, Ed.
Sue Penrod, the trainer here at Brick Memorial, explain the heat index. We've been discussing it tonight.
It's actually called the wet bulb globe temperature, and it's the combination of the air temperature, the wind speed, the radiation from the sun, and the relative humidity.
And that's why I didn't want Kevin to explain that.
But there's certain readings on it.
Discuss the readings.
It gives you a reading of all those 4 degrees, and it gives you it's a number as though you would think it's a temperature number, but it's also gives you zones of how to modify practices and games.
Okay, so basically it's colors, right?
Yep, it's 4 colors. I think it's green, yellow, red, and black. Obviously, black being absolutely no activity. That would read over 90 on the wet bulb. And the lower ranges are like 80 to 85, I think 85 to 88, and so on.
Yeah, certain things you can only go with uppers on or
Right,
pads,
uppers,
whatever.
right.
Here's the thing that I find interesting, Ed. You can ask Sue. It only applies to practice. does not apply to scrimmages or games, correct?
Well, I don't know if that's true
Ask
because
her.
does it apply to scrimmages and games or only practice?
As of right now, the state is saying it does not apply to scrimmages or games, just practices. But most athletic trainers are trying to keep the athletes safe and use it for all activities.
Right, as I said, the Brick Toms River North scrimmage was canceled because of the heat index.
No, it was canceled because they agreed to, because again, the state put out a ruling this week. It does not apply to anything but practice. I saw it myself. I read it. Here's a handoff.
Here's a pitch going to David Baez off on the far sideline. He'll take it inside the 10 and I believe be right at the yard marker for a first down.
Thank you, Sue.
So my point was going to be, Matt, if it's not safe to practice.
Why is it safe to play?
Exactly. And you would certainly exert more during a game or a scrimmage than you would under a normal practice.
That's an interesting question. Whether you
why?
exert more.
Well, I say exert. It's certainly more controllable. In a practice, you can slow things down. You can't slow down a game.
First down here in goal. Sindel under center. Check it. The backup quarterback is in right now for Brick Memorial. That is Ramir Hutchinson, the 5'10 sophomore quarterback. I say it's an interesting question, Kevin, because you think of practice. You're doing sprints, conditioning, fitness work. Usually you go from one period to the next. You might be out there for a longer amount of time. If you're in a situation, I'm just playing the other side of the coin. If you're a team that two platoons, you're only on for half of the time that maybe you would be being active during a practice.
You know, listen, we are in a player's safety first era on all levels of sports.
Second down and goal, the exchange between center and quarterback bobbled. Hutchinson able to fall on it and keep it with Brick Memorial. We're down to 8.5 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. That Brick Memorial leads 47-0.
Coming up at the end of tonight's game, we will have our Ocean Trophies Player of the Game, sponsored by our friend Scott Ritchie at Ocean Trophies in Lenoka Harbor, the official award supplier of the Shore Sports Network. Ed, Matt, and I think we have our candidate for that up here. We'd like you to chime in and make it unanimous. Well, I guess not. Okay.
Third down and goal. Hutchinson, another fumbled snap, and Central had a chance at it, and they get it back.
All right.
The Golden Eagles do.
Finally something for the Golden Eagles to feel good about as they recover the fumble there. With 7:50 left, the clock will stop as we...
There you see our plaque that will go to our player of the game tonight's.
By the way, we should compliment the staff at Brick Memorial and Walt Curry. Wholesale substitutions there. Of course, it was an easy decision, up 47-0, but you know, with the ball on the 10-yard line, he very easily could have run it in there and get 50 on the board. But
by the way,
chose not to.
These coaches have a fondness for one another, the head coaches. Justin Fomando had Walt Curry on his staff for the Shore Sports Network All-Shore Classic this summer. And Justin said, you know, when we wanted to play this Week 0 game, you know, Walt and I talked, we both agreed. You know, and I have so much respect for him, so we were happy to do it. So, you know, the last thing I would ever expect from Walt in this situation would be to run up the score, and he certainly has not. He's had his starters out for a while. But, Ed, Matt and I were saying before that we have our candidate for our Ocean Trophies Player of the Game. We'd like you to make it unanimous, though.
Yeah, I would like Tyler Sindel
it's unanimous
to
then.
be that player. Yep. By the way, you mentioned that mutual agreement. They were scheduled to play Week 7, so now these teams will have a bye that week.
That is the one advantage of playing the Week 0 game is you do get a bye. Otherwise, everyone else is playing 8 straight weeks before the playoffs start.
Second down and 9 here for Central. Whalen will give it off right sideline to Lively. And if you are a potential playoff team, that Week 7 bye could come at a pretty opportune time.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I want to mention, we did mention earlier that there's brand new lights here at Joseph J. Boyd Memorial Field. And you're getting a look at them now. And tonight's the first time they've been used. As I said, they were only turned on last night for the first time. I'm wondering, what if they turned them on and they didn't work?
They go back to Week 7.
Yeah, they go back to Week 7. But I love these lights because there's no glare, as you can see. the way they're aimed down, this is tremendous.
Yeah, and it's well lit. Too.
Oh,
It's
it's
like
really well lit.
Futuristic looking in a way.
It is. It sure does. It looks like a spaceship of some kind.
3rd down and 7, 5:25 and rolling here in the fourth quarter. Lively getting the carry. He is dropped at the line of scrimmage.
Well, we have sort of been in film mode for most of this second half, as it really has been a dominating performance by Brick Memorial. And no question, Justin Famondo will tell his team, we've got a lot of work to do, and we start it tomorrow or Sunday.
Tonight. Yeah.
Tonight.
Who's running the video up there, Vin?
Vin's our guy, yeah.
Yeah, tell Vin to, when he gets a chance to shoot behind the scoreboard, because it was nice for Central to put up lights on the field where all the kids play their touch football during the game. There's quite a game going on back there.
Nice little picnic area set up back there as well. It's quite homey here at Boyd
I think
Memorial
that game
Field.
is 21-20. It's very competitive.
4th down and 6. McClemmy on to punt. Has issues with it again. It goes out of the back of the end zone. That will go as a safety.
Well, that's the third punt snap that is
for a safety.
not worked tonight. And that's just 3, that's 3 too many. Just been a really rough night for this Golden Eagle team.
Clock is stopped right now with 4:04 to go. Ball will go out to the 20-yard line. Central will have the choice of punting or kicking off. Scoring update for you from our partner in the college football ranks. Monmouth has put 7 on the board. They trail Eastern Michigan 30-10.
Well, Eastern Michigan got out to a fast start in that game. I guess they're discussing here, Central has the option to either kick off or punt following the safety.
Correct. Probably the worst play in football for a team to absorb the safety, Not only that, you have to do it from the 20-yard line.
Especially tough when you're losing 40. Should be 49-0. Yeah.
Should be 49. You know why that happened. You complimented the the announcer does not keep the score, right? That's the scorekeeper.
That's the scorekeeper, yeah. Yeah, she's got the 9 up now.
There you go.
34-6 RBC all over St. John Vianney, and certainly the Caseys will maintain their spot as the top-ranked team in the Shore Sports Network top 10, and somebody's going to have to beat them.
Kickoff coming for Central. Brick Memorial back and waiting deep. It is Baez who will take a knee as
Classy move.
Receives it at the 40-yard line. And with the clock moving here, you'd almost think Brick Memorial can just almost run it out.
Pretty much, yeah, you're right, Matt. Coming up at the end of this one, Ed will chat with Tyler Sindell, the senior quarterback for the Mustangs, who is our Ocean Trophies player of the game. Of course, tonight's game presented by Jersey Mike's and powered by Toyota World of Lakewood, your Jersey Shore dealer, the exclusive auto sponsor of our game of the week. They are Toyota World of Lakewood on the border of Brick and Lakewood. Visit lakewoodtoyota.com 24/7.
With that clock moving, we're down inside of 3 minutes with the snap of this football. Sindell is back in at the quarterback spot.
Probably just to hand the ball off, right, Matt? You wouldn't run it.
Exactly.
There's no way he's running.
No. They just had trouble handling the snap. So Walt Curry doesn't want to end this one really on a sloppy note. So he's got backup backs.
My guess is he'll watch the clock here. He'll take as long as he can.
Yep.
Interesting week 2 matchup for Brick Memorial next week. They'll be riding a lot of momentum going into their home opener with their crosstown biggest rival, the Green Dragons of Brick.
It'll be breakfast at Brick Memorial next Saturday.
Clock moving down to 2 minutes now. Sindell waiting for the back judge to count, and now he has begun that.
Handoff up the middle.
All kinds of new numbers in other than Tyler Sindel working right now on that carry, number 36, Alex van der Linden.
Once again, number 36.
The central player down. Boy, I hate to see that this late in the game. Van der Linden is a linebacker as well. Pretty good one. And we'll, I'm sure, see considerable action this year as Devin Solvik, the athletic trainer for Central Regional, out on the field.
We will see two teams next week in their season opener, as Jackson will be at Southern Regional. Guy in charge of our Shore Sports Network schedule, not taking into consideration at all the long hike it is for the Monmouth County contingent of the crew.
Well, but, you know, he felt strongly that since Labor Day will be over, heading down the Parkway on a Friday will not be as challenging as it would normally be.
You've never really taken that drive on a normal Friday night, have you?
It's always bad, right?
Always bad.
There's no good way. Well, we can provide overnight accommodations for that long trip.
Yeah, head east to the beach and stay on LBI. Shack up on the sand if you'd like.
Oh, glad to see this young man getting up. We'll try and get a number for you. That is 54. That is Saquon Mosley, sophomore defensive end, who thought had a pretty good first half. Might be a shoulder. Looks like the trainer is holding his left arm. We'll see. Hopefully nothing serious as the clock winds, and should only need to run 2 more plays, I think, and we'll be out of here.
And it's 3rd down and less than a yard right now, so if Brick Memorial gets a first down, they might not even have to snap it again.
Nope. That's what Sindel is doing right now with the official. Hey, how long can I go here?
3rd down and a yard. Sindel looking, waiting again for that back judge. We are at exactly 60 seconds remaining. Inside carry goes to van der Linden. He has the first down and more, bouncing off some tackles inside the 30-yard line. Take a quick pause here for our stations to identify themselves.
29-yard line.
Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football on the Shore Sports Network.
92.7 WOBM FM, Toms River.
A Town Square media station.
First down and 10, but Brick Memorial, I don't believe, will have to snap the football again. They will go to 1-0 on the year. Central Regional will fall to 0-1. The Golden Eagles will be on the road next week at Howell.
Friday nights on the turf at Howell. And they're going to count this one down. Coaches and players will meet at midfield, exchange greetings, and this one will be in the books. A season-opening impressive 49-0 win for the Mustangs of Brick Memorial. Ed will grab Tyler Sindel momentarily. We'll chat with him.
Certainly will be one of those weeks that I think if you're Walt Curry, you're going to have to bring your team back to earth a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. No question. He will tell his guys, do not read the headlines. You're not that good. But they were good tonight.
They were fantastic tonight. Dominant.
You know, they've got a streak going against Brick where they haven't won opening day. So this is about 6 years since they've won an opener for Memorial. So they got to feel good about that also.
Well, maybe that's why they wanted to play week 0, because now they don't have to play Brick on opening day, right? It's not their opener, so.
Just waiting for Tyler Sindel to get out of the handshake line. Ed will grab him quick, and we will bid you adieu on this Labor Day weekend.
Yep.
Good performance for the senior quarterback who finishes up with 3 touchdowns in a dominant 49-0 victory.
Matt?
Yes, Ed.
Our Jersey Mike's Ocean Trophy Player of the Game, Tyler Sindel, the outstanding quarterback for the Brick Memorial Mustangs. Tyler, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you, thank you.
firing on all cylinders tonight. Punt returns, kickoff returns, offense and defense. Tell us about it.
Our main goal is to come out firing, and as you said, we were firing on all cylinders, and I think we really executed everything quite well. Special teams really makes a big difference, and not just offense and defense, but special teams, that gives you a good boost, and we were firing on all cylinders, and I don't think anyone can stop us tonight.
We were very impressed with your execution. No mistakes in the backfield, the snap counts, no motion penalties. Whenever you've got guys in motion just about every play, obviously, this offense, it's easy to make mistakes. None tonight.
No, during the heat, we have a lot of heat this week, but Coach Curry really emphasized getting the work in and not skipping practice. We had to go early in the morning and just repetition. Quick back on the ball, and if we made a mistake, we got to put it behind us. And tonight, thankfully, we didn't have to, and we were just firing.
There were a lot of green shirts up in the stands watching this one. They're the friendly rivals, the Dragons, next week. You got to forget about this one pretty quickly tomorrow, probably, and look forward to Brick.
Absolutely. Tomorrow we'll come in, watch some film, see what we can do better, see what we did wrong, and then it's on to Brick Week, and that's when it gets really fun.
Well, Tyler, congratulations on tonight. Enjoy it and have a great, tremendous season this year.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Tyler Sindell, the quarterback of the Mustang.
And our Jersey Mike's Ocean Trophies player of the game. 3 touchdowns tonight, including that long 50-yard one that sort of capped his night as the coaches meet with the players. Before Matt sort of closes the door on this one, our special thanks, first of all, we'll start with the administration here at Central Regional High School. Superintendent Tommy Parlapanides, as always, an amazing host. Athletic Director John Scran for all his help. We really do appreciate what they do to make us feel welcome here. And, of course, both coaching staffs, Justin Famondo and his gang from Central Regional, Walt Curry and his group from Brick Memorial. And we look forward to being back next Friday night at Southern Regional for the Rams and Jackson Memorial. And, of course, Wednesday night on our sister station, 105.7 FM, it is the Gateway Toyota Coaches Corner. And this Wednesday's show will be broadcast live. First time we've ever done it from there, the Office Restaurant and Lounge in Toms River. So excited about that. And as always, we tell people, just check out ShoreSportsNetwork.com. We'll keep you updated and like to believe that we are the place to go for Shore Conference high school football coverage all season long.
Yeah, no question the best spot to stay in line with all of the activity from during the course of this week and everything coming up in the next weeks to come. We will be at Southern Regional next Friday night with Jackson Memorial taking on the Rams. Great job tonight, Scott, back in the studio. Our entire crew here, Vin Ebano, Tom Tremblay, Greg Lerner, Brad Biascano? Yeah, Brad Biascano was our guy tonight, without question, our main producer-director here tonight for Ed Sarluke and Kevin Williams. This is Matt Harmon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend on Labor Day. We'll see you next weekend at Southern Regional. Final score one more time. Brick Memorial, off to the great start, wins it 49-0. You have been listening to Ocean County Football, presented by Jersey Mike's on 92.7 WOBM FM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.